Hello, all of you YouTube maniacs, and tonight I have some more stuff to show you from my going out and hunting for toys and games and all that stuff. Now, some of these things might not seem like a super deal, but to me they were because it's either sentimental value or they're just, something that I've wanted for a really long time and haven't had the ability to get it at a decent price or what have you. Now, I will start off with some of, being in the last video that I made, I mentioned the Madballs. I will start off with something else that I found at Walmart, which is more Madballs. Now, this is Hornhead, as you saw in the last video, and this is Slobulus. Now, both of these guys, these are very rare and difficult to find in the wild. I got really lucky on this one. They were at my local Walmart, and I got them for little than $8 a piece. So I was very excited about that. Takes me right back to my childhood. Jimbo, if you're watching this, I hope you keep an eye on your mailbox. All right, next. Okay. Let's see. I bought this next game. I bought this from a person named Rick in OK Chiefs Divers Nation on Facebook. And I got it for moderately cheap, but closer to retail. I was okay with paying that, though, because it's something that I've wanted for a long time, and I absolutely love this game. It is Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. And of course I'm bumping the darn thing while I'm showing it. I haven't beat it, and I intend to, and I will. Next, I have a bunch of games that I got from a guy down in Texas. We'll call him PJ. Now, I didn't actually pay any money for this other than the shipping. What I did was I traded some rare toys to him for these items. And I was very pleased with this trade. And I mean, if you're a video game collector, you would be too, I'm sure. Alright, and mind you, the rare toys, I did not pay much for them. So, I mean, this is like a home run for me. Alright, I have for the Sega Genesis, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Now, if you know anything about Genesis and this game, you probably had a lot of fun with it as a kid. I know I did, but I really like the Super NES version better, but I don't care. I'll take what I can get on this. Again, for free, essentially. Next, we have Battletoads and Battlemaniacs. I love the Battletoads games. I know that they're kind of a polarizing topic amongst collectors, that they're so difficult, but they're still really fun. Next, I have, I don't know, just an amazing little classic called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Possibly the best side-scroller beat-em-up on the planet. I'm sure there are people that would argue that one, but this is probably the most widely known. As you can see, I've got some label damage there, label damage here, some label damage there. But you know what? I don't care. My Legend of Zelda Link to the Past has label damage, but I don't care. I love the game all the same. And finally from that trade, I also got a 1984 vinyl Stay Puft from him. It's in the bedroom, but I don't feel like going to get him. But I absolutely love him. I'll throw a picture up there of him. And finally, I got Haunting, starring Poltergeist. This is a pretty rare and obscure Genesis title. Pat the Nest Punk reviewed this for one of his, I think it was a Halloween episode. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. Basically what it's about is you're a ghost and you're trying to scare a family out of a home. And you do all these gross out things in order to do it. Okay, so I showed you guys those, and showed you Castlevania. Next, I bought this from eBay. I got it for relatively cheap by comparison to, buying it brand new, but this game's practically brand new anyway. And I got it for, like I said, really cheap. It's a Galgun. I just went through it, the first section of it. You know, there's a bunch of branching pathways. What it is, it's a rail shooter where you are trying to find your true love, and there's a lot of pervy, you know, hentai-esque things in here. So if you're into that sort of thing, there's this. I would show you the disc, but it's currently in the PS4. I got that for, I think it was $22 and some change, so that wasn't bad at all. Next, my really big pickup that I've made in the last day or so. Oh, and don't think that I've forgotten about mentioning the Overwatch Collector's Edition. Yeah, I got that probably about a week ago now. $35. I showed that at the beginning of the video, though. Alright. So, there's a story that goes with this. It took probably about a week before these people contacted me about this. There was a Genesis lot on Craigslist, and I had sent them a message. And, oh, shout out to White and Fanta, since I'm mentioning Craigslist anyway. I went on Craigslist, and there was a listing for Genesis games and a system, but there were no pictures, and it was just said, you know, Genesis games and system for sale, make offer. So I sent the guy a message, and I said I was interested in the Genesis slot, typical stuff. Said I wasn't really wanting the Genesis, I just wanted a few games. So he finally emails me back, I think it was the day before yesterday. And he's like, yeah, I did some research on eBay, and you know how it goes. Somehow he comes to $150 worth of stuff. And he says, okay, yeah, it's worth more than that, but I want $150. So I went back and forth with him, and eventually I whittled him down to 65 or 60 first. Then it went up to 65. Then it went up to 75. And finally it just boiled down to, oh, well, if you don't give me X amount of dollars, I'm going to sell it to someone in Grayling, which is, and they're going to buy it from me for $120. Ultimately, I just said, screw it. And what I paid for everything you're about to see, I paid $75. So, and yes, I do have all the hookups, 2 controllers. It's a Model 2 Genesis. I was told that it works. Haven't tested it yet, but I'm sure it probably will. Now the games, I'm probably going to go through these relatively quick, but there's 4 that I'm going to save for the last, and these were by far the best in the lot. But we're going to go through these other ones first. Alright, first we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. I believe this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. I believe I've played this before. There's that. Tiny Toons Acme All-Stars. Now, I'm sure you'll notice that some of these things have stickers on them. They're former rentals. I'm guessing somebody cleaned out a video store at some point. This is RBI Baseball 4 by Tingen. Another sticker. Lion King. And unfortunately, none of these have boxes. I wish I had boxes for them. Next, we have Sonic the Hedgehog. Not for resale version. Mortal Kombat 2. Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. True Lies. And once again, I apologize that I don't have any, out hunting footage, but again, this came from Craigslist. It was snowing outside when I did the deal. I just didn't want to bring my camera out in that mess. The Terminator, and this is by far probably the worst one for label, because, it's so covered in labels. That's another one, too. tournament fighters, yeah, it's a real shame. I don't know how to get rid of those. Some of these stickers have probably been here for over a decade or more. So the Terminator, all right. Oh. Now I know a bunch of these are common, and some of them are also uncommon. So I'm yet to determine all that stuff. But RoboCop 3, the label unfortunately is a little torn. I think somebody tried to remove a sticker on that. Tom and Jerry Frantic Antics. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And last but not least, for the commons, uncommons, Arrow the Acrobat. Now, for the ones that I consider the best games that I picked up in this lot, we have, let's see, Pirates of Darkwater, and unfortunately, it's got a little bit of a rattle to it, so this might have to be popped open. That label is agitating too. Maybe I'll contact Scott and see if he can help me out on these, or help me figure out how to get rid of these darn stickers. Okay, well, there's that. Now this, I know this is uncommon to rare, and if it had the case, it'd be worth a lot more. Next, Rocket Knight Adventures, and that's a really clean label. That's impressive. That's really cool. Next, I have Alien Storm, and man, oh man, the label is pretty bad. But I've heard that this game is good. I think it's a side-scroller beat-em-up. I'm not really sure. From the screenshots that I've seen, that's what it looks like to me. And last but not least, Ranger X. And again, I wish I had the case to this. Yeah. Let's see. Apparently, this game came from all the way in Toledo, Ohio, and I'm in Michigan. That's pretty far away. So, that's everything I've picked up recently. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. And if you've gotten any good pickups or anything like that recently, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the bell so you'll know when I upload stuff. And, oh, if you see any of these games that you're interested in, minus the earlier ones, I'm talking about the Genesis titles, please let me know. Feel free to send me a message. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video.